Agent William Brandt of the Impossible Missions Force is leading Benji Dunn, Simon Pegg, and Luther Stickle, Ving Rhames, 2 members of his team, in an effort to collect a package from a cargo plane that is about to take off in Minsk, Belarus. Luther is using a Russian satellite hack to connect Benji to the plane's electronics, which is likely to bring them into problems. Brandt also reminds them that they are already being investigated for wrongdoing. Benji discovers that the majority of the aircraft's systems are locked down as it rolls onto the runway. He is unable to turn off the fuel pump, the electrical system, or the hydraulics. The team's missing member, IMF agent Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, materializes at that precise moment and charges the aircraft, ordering Benji to open the door. By the time Benji opens the proper door, the aircraft has already taken off, but Ethan escapes with the delivery, which is a number of poisonous nerve gas canisters that are nicely set up for a parachute drop. None of the individuals who sent the nerve gas from Belarus had the resources to acquire it. Instead, it was being sold to a terrorist organization. The Syndicate is an international criminal organization whose very existence has been questioned, but Ethan is confident that this trail will take him there. Ethan is abducted by the Syndicate and witnesses in horror as a Syndicate agent kills his contact when he reports to an IMF substation that has been camouflaged as a London record store to get his next orders. He awakens in a punishment chamber and sees some strife there. Ilsa Faust, Rebecca Ferguson, a disgraced MI6 agent who works for the Syndicate, is asked to move aside by Jannik Winter, Jens Hulten, as she prepares to drug test Ethan. He goes under the moniker The Bone Doctor, and he has a case full of ominous medical equipment to support the claim. Ilsa assists Ethan in escaping, but she declines to go with him. In the meantime, Brandt testifies before a Senate Oversight Committee alongside Alan Hunley, director of the CIA, Alec Baldwin. Brandt is required to react to every inquiry by declining to affirm or deny anything without the Secretaries of Defense, presumably, consent, which he is unable to obtain at the time because there isn't a secretary in the position. Hunley is now free to manipulate the committee as he pleases. In response to his request, the CIA disbands the IMF, ensuring that Ethan, who Hunley believes has gone rogue, will be apprehended within the day. Ethan is still on the run 6 months later. He recruits his former colleague Benji, who is eager to take a sabbatical from the CIA because he can't find the Syndicate on his own. Benji is subjected to weekly polygraphs since Hunley is confident he knows where to find Ethan, which Benji beats handily. To find Solomon Lane, Sean Harris, whom he believes to be the Syndicate's boss, Ethan arranges for Benji to see Tarandit in Vienna. Even though Ilsa and 2 other snipers are stopped by Ethan and Benji at the opera, the Austrian Chancellor, Rupert Wickham, is killed by a vehicle bomb. Benji learns from Ethan that the Syndicate has been killing lesser-known international leaders for some time. The Austrian Chancellor's murder marks an uptick and a hint that the Syndicate is emerging from hiding. In order to locate Ethan and stop Hunley's team from killing him, Brandt enlists Luther's assistance. Brandt and Luther follow Ethan, Benji, and Faust to Morocco, where they are breaking into a secure server hidden beneath a power plant, using a resemblance of Ilsa that Ethan left behind. Their intended objective is a secure ledger that lists all Syndicate agents' names and details about the organization's financial holdings. Ethan comes dangerously close to drowning as the 3 of them carry out an elaborate plan. Ilsa whacks Benji as soon as he resumes breathing and takes the drive while clutching the ledger. Brandt and Luther catch up to Ethan and Benji during the subsequent chase, while Ilsa briefly joins a group of Syndicate motorcycle guys in order to obtain her own bike. Benji admits he had already made a duplicate of the data once Ilsa escapes. Returning to London, Ilsa tries to give her handler, MI6 Director Attlee, Simon McBurney, the drive with the Syndicate ledger, but he forces her to go back to the Syndicate and complete her task. When she goes back to Lane, she discovers that Attlee has deleted the drive, which had actually held an encrypted red box. The British government has a red box that serves as a data safe. To open it, the Prime Minister's fingerprints are required. When Benji is kidnapped by Lane's men, the former IMF agents confront Ilsa, but Ethan and company are then instructed to give a decrypted copy of the drive to Lane. Brandt gets in touch with Hunley and tells him where they are. The 2, together with Attlee, take the Prime Minister to a secure room at a charity auction in an effort to stop Ethan from attacking him. Ethan, who pretended to be Attlee, comes clean and asks the Prime Minister to acknowledge the existence of the Syndicate, a secret program that carries out missions without supervision, though the Prime Minister insists that he cancelled the project while it was still in the planning stages. When the actual Attlee shows up, Ethan subdues him and he confesses that ever since Lane stole the project and went rogue, he has been hiding the existence of the Syndicate. When Luther opens the file, he finds that it gives him access to billions of pounds. To get Lane to release Benji and Ilsa in exchange for the information he has, Ethan memorizes the information and deletes the file. He provokes Lane, enticing him out into the open and into a secure cell where he is arrested. "You know how to locate me," Ilsa tells Ethan as she speeds away. After some time, Hunley and Brandt go back to the Oversight Committee, where Brandt once more declines to confirm or deny anything without the Secretary's consent. By asserting that his earlier attempts to have the IMF disbanded were all made to enable Hunt to go undercover, Hunley is able to obtain its reinstatement. Despite their reservations, the committee gives their approval, and as they leave, Brandt addresses Hunley as Mr. Secretary.